Oh, hello. On this very special edition of the Stuart, Marin Center Music Lehman-brown podcast, instead of teaching you a song, I thought I would give you a sneak peek into the free Barre Chord course that I have offered you at marinmusiccenter.com. Okay, I feel like I got off to a little bit of a stumbly start here. What I'm trying to say is, I have made a Barre Chord video course to watch for free for you. But you can't watch it here on YouTube. You have to watch it at marinmusic.com. It's free. It's about Barre chords. You can watch it. Here's the first part of it. If you like it, then now you know, and you can watch the rest of it. I was like, just wing it. It'll be fine. It just do a quick little intro and then go to the first part. The whole course is very long. This part is medium long. What is happening? Barre Chords. Guys, today's the day that we are going to learn how to play Barre chords. I'm so glad you signed up for this course, that you signed up with your email to get it, or however you got it. I don't quite know how this all works, but I'm really excited to be here. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about what the purpose of this course is. I almost said chores. We're going to talk about my new backdrop. It looks so fake, but it's actually a piece of fabric that is here. Look, see, it's real. I'm not so sure about it. It makes my eyes pop. That's what matters. Do my eyes pop? I'm so organized. Look at it. Look, I actually printed out what we're going to talk about. I'm on top of this. But first thing we should probably do is we should probably just go ahead and play our first Barre chord right off the bing bong bat. Guys, we're going to play an F major Barre chord. I'm just going to tell you how to do it. There's going to be so many tips and tricks and practice schedules and all that stuff. But first thing I need you to do, this whole time we're going to be in standard tuning, so don't even worry about that. Please put your pointer finger on the first fret of the toppest of strings, you guys. Then put your ring finger on the third fret of the second string from the top. Put your pinky on the third fret of the third string from the top. And finally, put your middle finger on the second fret of the third string from the bottom. This is like the non-bar part of the F Barre chord. If we go to strum, sounds like this. It's actually a very pretty chord, but it's like an F major 7 sharp 11 chord. What we're gonna do now is you're gonna take your pointer finger, you're gonna keep pushing on that top string, but I want you to just kind of lever it back and see if you can have your pointer finger push on all 6 strings. Once we're done with this whole mess of a thing, you're not gonna be trying to push on all 6 strings with your finger, but for right now, go ahead and just try to push on all 6 strings. Give it the old college strum. Beautiful F chord. How'd you do? Okay, give your fingers a rest. Actually, no, I take that back. Put your fingers back in that position. Hold it there the whole time I'm telling you about this. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna be in horrible pain, but it's gonna be good for you. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you, okay, let's end it with that. Keep holding it. Don't stop. Guys, here's the plan. We're starting off with some basic technique for Barre chords. Just, how to play them, what's at the core of playing a Barre. Oh, speaking of which, right now while you're holding the chord, make sure your thumb is pushing on the back of the neck. So you're squeezing the guitar between your fingers and your thumb. Okay, I'm gonna get back on track. Basic technique. Then after that, well, spread throughout this entire thing, we're gonna be given so many tips. I've got so many Barre chord tips, it's gonna make you sick. We're gonna talk about what Barre chords actually are, how they work, what's the purpose of them, why would you use them? We're gonna talk about the 4 main Barre chord shapes and what it even means to have a Barre chord shape. With each of those shapes, we'll talk about the common issues, the problems, the pitfalls, the Tomb Raiders. Guys, we're gonna we have to talk a little bit about the names of notes on the guitar, because Barre chords become impenetrably more useful if you know the names of some notes. Don't panic, we're gonna make it easy. This is a little bit lame, but we're gonna work on some health and safety things with Barre chords. It's not lame at all. What are you talking about? It's the most important part. Make sure you get plenty of sleep. Getting plenty of sleep is an important part of your diet. I could not be happier with how this is going so far. Guys, we're also going to talk about some alternatives to bar chords, which is kind of ridiculous because it's all about learning bar chords, so why would I teach you alternatives? We are going to practice playing bar chords quite a bit. And then finally, I do have some thoughts on what's coming, on what's next for you. After you've begun your bar chord journey, what's next? So that's the introduction. I'm not sure about this backdrop. The plan was for it to make my eyes pop. I think it does that a little bit. What do you think? All right, let's do some playing. So you've got your F bar chord all ready to go. It might sound terrible. It might sound like this. It's okay. Just hold the chord there, and we're gonna go like this. We're just gonna go strum, 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 rest. Strum, strum, strum. Here we go, guys. Strum, 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 rest. Strum, strum, strum. Great job. We have begun. Do you have lines on your fingers? If you don't have lines on your pointer finger or on the tips of your other fingers, that means you're not pushing hard enough, guys. You want to push hard. Push hard. All right. All right. Let's actually learn how to play this instead of me just, doing my yell at you thing. So what I would like you to do, sorry, I'm just going to make you play it again, guys. So pointer finger is on the first fret of the top string, like I said. Now check it out. You don't want to use the tip of your pointer finger on that top string. You want to use the pad of your pointer. You see how I'm holding this here? See, I'm not like this. I'm like this, guys. My finger's poking up over the top, like maybe, what is that, a centimeter? 3/4 of a centimeter? Okay. Another thing with your pointer finger, get it right up close to the fret. Like, you see how it looks like I'm covering up the fret? I'm not even worried about the bar part. I'm just pushing on the top string, but my finger's covering up the fret there on top. I'm just so angry at that fret. I'm covering it up. Okay, that finger is in place. How are we feeling about it? And then your thumb, look where my thumb is, guys. My thumb is like, I feel like I'm pushing on this part of my pointer finger, right on that first joint of my pointer finger. I feel like I'm pushing right there, except I'm doing it. Shut up, you stupid camera. No, there we go. See that? You see what I'm talking about? I'm pinching the neck of the guitar between my finger and my thumb. I'm so much more angry than I thought I would be in the first 2 seconds of this video. Also, these lights are not right. I'm not happy with this situation at all. Okay, so you're pinching those two fingers together. Now, you're gonna take your ring finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string from the top. Guys, now, just as you did with the pointer finger, you wanna get your ring finger really close to the fret. So I'm not back here. If you're back here, you're screwed. You wanna be right up close to the fret like that. Like you're touching the fret with your ring finger. But here's the thing. I told you to use the pad of your finger for your pointer finger. With your ring finger, you would like to use the very tip of your finger. See that? The tip of my finger is pushing on the string. Guys, your pinky is going to sneak in right below your ring finger. So your ring finger and your pinky are spooning. You see that? They're just laying in bed together, having a nice spoon of a time. Just the same as with your ring finger, use the very tip of your pinky. You don't want to let your pinky tilt back like that. You want to use the very tip. What that means, this is going to take some getting used to. It means that your pinky and your ring finger are very curved. See how they're not straight like this? They're very, very, very curved. We've got this kind of thing going on. That curve where both of these little joints or knuckles. I've never learned what the difference between a joint and a knuckle is. Is a joint just a... Or wait, no, is a knuckle just a joint on your finger? This hair right here. Have you guys noticed this whole time? I'm going to pull it out. I can't find it. How does hair work? No, it's right there. It's like huge. What is happening? There. Oh. All right, now another thing might be starting to happen. Your pointer finger might be starting to roll back like that. So, we started just kind of like this, but as you get these fingers in place, your pointer finger what you want is for your pointer finger to start rolling back like that. So I'm actually using this side of my finger a little bit, sort of like right here, you guys, right there. So I'm not using this right here. I'm also not using like the total side. It's sort of right right here. I'm just like this, and then my finger just kind of rolls back a little bit like that. You see what I'm talking about? All right, get those first 3 fingers ready to go. Middle finger, like we said before, 2nd fret on the 3rd string from the bottom. Very important that you have those knuckles very sharply bent. So if you're like, I can't even do it without it. Basically what I'm saying is if you're like this, forget it. You want to be like this. Like this, guys. Look at those curved fingers. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. All right, now finally we get to the bar part. So your fingers kind of rolling back a little bit over here. Now here's what you want to do. I kind of talked about this earlier. We actually don't want to push down on all 6 strings evenly with the pointer finger. That's too much work. I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. So we're not going to do it. We only care about the top string and the bottom 2 strings because these fingers have the other strings under control. So we're pushing on the top with the pad of the pointer finger. And then with this part of your finger here, right by the big knuckle and maybe a little below it, you're going to push down with that middle knuckle of your finger onto the bottom 2 strings. So you can see my pointer finger is not perfectly flat like this, but instead my knuckles are both a little curved and my fingers rolled back like that. In fact, this is a nice little exercise. I just thought of this, guys. With your big knuckle on your pointer finger, push on just the bottom 2 strings. So my thumb's on the back, just using my knuckle to push on the bottom 2. Okay, there we go. And then, without changing too much with your hand, just bend your finger back so that the pad of your finger pushes on the top string. Now, here's the deal, guys. If you have a properly placed bar chord finger, then the top string sounds like this. The next couple strings might be muted. Let's see what mine are like. Those are muted, bro. Then, the bottom 2 sound good. So top is good, then muted, 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 good, good. All right, then you get those other 3 fingers in place. Let's see how it sounds. All right, not great. I was faking it. I actually could look. But yours might have sounded like that. Because it's not just gonna take proper placement and like a couple hours of practice. It's gonna take a few weeks for these to sound the way you want. Like that's just the way it is. Sometimes it's not about the amount of time you practice, but it's about just the amount of time that passes. Like you might sit there and practice for 6 hours one day. Don't practice bar chords for 6 hours in one day. That would be awful. But you might do that and you might sound worse at the end of that day. And then the next day, you still might not sound any better. But then even if you don't practice for a little bit, like a week later, that might be a little bit better. Just you gotta develop, I don't know what I'm rambling about. I think what I'm trying to say is don't be frustrated yet. We'll talk more about that later, but just try not to be frustrated. Just whatever it sounds like, just go with it for now. All right. F bar chord, guys. Let's play it one more time. Get it ready. I know you don't have it ready yet. Get ready. Here we go. Yes, you have to. You have to. Pointer finger, okay, ring finger, pinky. Where's the middle finger going again? 2nd fret, 3rd from the bottom, okay. And then, yeah, okay, let's try to push down on all of them. Okay, do you have it? Okay, does it sound like this? No, maybe a little bit. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna go strum, 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 rest, strum, 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 rest. 1, 2, here we go. And strum, 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 rest, strum, 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 rest. 2 more times I forgot to rest. 1, 2, 3, strum. I didn't forget to rest. I forgot to play the chord. I'm confused. It's been a long day. It's not been a long day at all. It's 3 o'clock. I got like 8 hours of sleep. Went on a nice walk with my dogs, visited my parents. Everything's perfectly fine. It's just been a nice, comfortable day. Hey guys, my name's Stuart. Welcome to the Barre Chords course. Okay, so what I would like to do now is we're gonna do that same strum, 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 rest thing one more time, but with one tiny little difference. When I say rest, I want you to loosen your grip on the strings. Don't pull your fingers all the way off because then you'll have to make it all the way back. But see, I'm pushing and then you're just gonna loosen. Can you see my hand relax? I'm pushing, loosen. So we're gonna go strum, 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 relax. Push, 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 loose. Tight, tight, tight. Great. Guys, you ready to do it? Get it ready again. Yeah, we're doing it again. 1, 2, Kalamazoo, and strum, 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 relax, strum, 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 rest, strum, strum, strum. Fantastic. One very important thing. I'm going to talk about this more later, but something very important. Keep your wrist as straight as possible. I mean, it can bend a little bit, but that's fine. But if you're like this, bad news, guys. If you're doing this, stop. Don't do it. Like, and you go, but I can't. That's how I have to do it. Okay, look. See my pinkies all straight like this? No, it's gotta be curved. It's gotta be curved. Go like this. Take your hand, take the palm of your hand, this right here, and just touch the bottom of the neck of the guitar with it. Can you curve your fingers around from there? See that? You want it to be a little bit like that, you guys. I think what I'm trying to say is don't be frustrated yet. We'll talk more about that later, but just try not to be frustrated. Just whatever it sounds like, just go with it for now. All right. F bar chord, guys. Let's play it one more time. Get it ready. I know you don't have it ready yet. Get ready. Here we go. Yes, you have to. You have to. Pointer finger. Okay, ring finger, pinky. Where's the middle finger going again? Second fret, third from bottom. Okay. And then, yeah, okay, let's try to push down on all of them. Okay, do you have it? Okay, does it sound like this? No, maybe a little bit. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna go strum, 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 rest, strum, 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 rest. 1, 2, here we go. And strum, 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 rest, strum, 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 rest. 2 more times. I forgot to rest. 1, 2, 3, strum. I didn't forget to rest. I forgot to play the chord. I'm confused. It's been a long day. It's not been a long day at all. It's 3 o'clock. I got like 8 hours of sleep. Went on a nice walk with my dogs, visited my parents. Everything's perfectly fine. It's just been a nice, comfortable day. Hey guys, my name's Stuart. Welcome to the Barre Chords course. Okay, so what I would like to do now is we're gonna do that same strum, 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 rest thing one more time, but with one tiny little difference. When I say rest, I want you to loosen your grip on the strings. Don't pull your fingers all the way off, because then you'll have to make it all the way back. But see, I'm pushing, and then you're just gonna loosen. Can you see my hand relax? I'm pushing, loosen. So we're gonna go strum, 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 relax. Push, 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 loose. Tight, tight, tight. Great. Guys, you ready to do it? Get it ready again. Yeah, we're doing it again. 1, 2, Kalamazoo, and strum, 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 relax. Strum, 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 rest. Strum, strum, strum. Fantastic. One very important thing. I'm going to talk about this more later, but something very important. Keep your wrist as straight as possible. I mean, it can bend a little bit, but that's fine. But if you're like this, bad news, guys. If you're doing this, stop. Don't do it. Like, and you go, but I can't. That's how I have to do it. Okay, look. See my pinkies all straight like this? No, it's gotta be curved. Okay, give your fingers a break. Guys, I feel like you kind of have a limited amount of time to practice bar chords at once when you're first beginning, because it's so muscle intensive. Like, you're literally still building up specific muscles in your thumb and your fingers and all that. So they just get exhausted, and then there's nothing you can do about it. I have this weird dry spot on my hand. You can kind of see it. Does that mean I'm dying? I don't know what that is. So anyway, what I was going to say is that give your hand a break for a second, because it's a regular thing that will happen is you'll go, I'm going to practice my bar chords. You practice for 5 minutes and you get substantially worse in those 5 minutes because you just wear out all your muscles and you just can't push anymore. So this is a pretty good time, I think, for me to give you a couple tips. What do you think? You guys want some tips, some bar chord tips? Tip number 1. While you're squeezing your thumb and your finger together over here to get that bar thing, here's another thing you can do, guys. With your elbow over on your other arm, push against this part of the guitar. So you can do this on electric or acoustic. I think it's a little bit easier on acoustic, but you just, like, it's like you're trying to break the guitar in half on your torso. I'm pushing over here, which pushes the neck of the guitar that way, so it pushes the neck of the guitar even harder into my pointer finger. Don't go crazy with it. You don't actually want to break your guitar, but we just want to put a bunch of leverage on here. I call this the fulcrum technique, but I don't know what fulcrum means, so I don't think it's accurate. That was tip number 1. Let me give you another tip right now, guys. We talked about the curve of your pointer finger, having it rolled back and all that. But here's an added thing. For different people, it might be helpful to have the finger at a different vertical placement. So I like it where I have, like I said, my finger sticking up over maybe like 3/4 of a centimeter over the top of the neck of the guitar. Some people might want to have it like this, where the whole top thing of their finger is poking up over the top. Is that what a knuckle is? Is a knuckle each one of those segments? Guys, I don't know an anatomy class. What? Also, this light down here is ridiculous, right? Get out of here. All right, I think that's a little bit better. Oh, that's so much better. Do I have to start the whole thing over? Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you want to bring your finger way down so it's like barely even poking over the top at all. I think it's classic different strokes for different folks situations. So our tips so far are the fulcrum technique. I've actually called this the chicken winging technique. Chicken winging ding bang ding. All right, guys, look, here's the deal. This first module, or whatever you call it, is way too long. This is way too long. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna stop giving you tips. I'm gonna bring up this fulcrum chicken wing tip later because it's an important one. But I think we just need to take a break, right? Guys, go have fun, talk to your friends. You're not allowed to leave the main courtyard, but you are allowed to use the restrooms that are in the upper Terrace Howard, the head the pit. All right, well, so on that note, I guess I'll see you in a minute. I don't know why I'm doing this.